best makeup discoveries of 2023, PRO MUA edition. Let's make sure my lens is clean. Hi, my name's Janelle. I'm a professional makeup artist and content creator. And as I mentioned, I'm sharing the best products of 2023. I guarantee you haven't heard of a lot of these products. I tried a lot of new makeup this year, drugstore and high-end. I'm going to be sharing both with you. If you end up liking my content, definitely consider subscribing, and let's get into the video. I have my Google Docs list to keep me on track. Okay, when it comes to primers, this is the one primer that I fell in love with this year. The REFY Glow and Sculpt Primer. Not gonna lie, I didn't have high hopes when I purchased this primer. I thought it was just one of those aesthetic primers that I would see all over Instagram and TikTok because it has a cool little roll-on applicator. But when I actually tried it myself, it's incredible. It's hydrating, but it leaves like a tacky finish to the skin to grip the makeup and keep it in place all day. This is one of those primers that could work for so many skin types because it's not gonna be overly dewy. And it's not going to be like an oil control matte primer. It's literally just going to like balance out your skin so that the makeup will wear nice throughout the day. It won't pill, won't get dry or flaky, it won't separate. It's just going to be almost like a glue to grip your makeup to your skin. My favorite way to apply it is to roll it on and then press it in my skin with my fingers. Beautiful product. This is a product I like to use after primer on its own or sometimes with foundation. Physicians Formula Butter Glow Liquid Bronzer. This is very similar to the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Filter. It's one of those products that give like that all over glow, will give a little bit of color and coverage, but it's not a straight up foundation, but it also looks beautiful under foundation and it's gonna help your foundation just have more of a radiant glow to it. What I love about this product though is that it feels like a moisturizer. A little goes a long way. It almost has like a moussey consistency. You rub it in and it's just gonna give your skin this all over warmth. So I find it perfect for the winter uglies when your skin is like dry, pale, flaky. This is gonna give you that glowy, warm, sun-kissed finish to your skin. So I'll wear this on its own. I'll add some concealer over top just to make my skin look and feel alive. But like I said, it also looks beautiful underneath foundations to help give it more of a glow. All right, moving on to my favorite foundation discoveries this year. I have one drugstore, two high-end. I'm gonna start with the drugstore because this one is so good. And it's the Maybelline Super Stay Skin Tint. You can tell she is loved, used, and abused. This product has the finish of a luxury makeup product. It's a thin consistency, but you can build up the coverage to be like a medium to full coverage. It has a beautiful satin finish, not too matte, not too glowy, and it stays on all day long. This is another one of those products great for all skin types because it's not going to be overly dewy or matte. It's like a perfect balanced finish, and then you could customize like maybe the primer underneath of it for your skin needs. I've been raving about this since the beginning of the year. If you've been on the hunt for a new foundation, this is a great one to get. Speaking of foundations that wear beautifully throughout the day, I discovered the YSL All Hours foundation this year and love. This is like the only matte foundation that I can get away with wearing in these cooler months because it's not a dry, flaky matte. The consistency of it is perfect and it just gives you the most flawless airbrush finish. It's not one of those matte foundations that will dry up and just flake off your skin throughout the day. It's a full coverage, velvety finish, but it's not cakey whatsoever. And this will look the same when you put it on as it does at the end of the day. Gorgeous, gorgeous foundation. If you want the most juicy, flawless under eyes that look like they're naturally yours, this Tower 28 concealer is a concealer for you. This is like my favorite concealer I've tried this year. It's also the only concealer that I've almost completely gone through in like 3 years. And I got this in October, and the fact that I'm almost completely out just speaks for itself. It's a concealer I use every single day. I wear it without foundation. I'll wear it on top of makeup. It's full coverage, but it's a very natural looking finish. It's just one of those everyday makeup products, a gorgeous satin finish. It's not gonna make your under eyes look dry or crunchy. My favorite way to apply it is with this Moda beauty brush. She's dirty because I use her every single day, but I'll just do 2 half moons under the eyes and then use a brush like this to push it in. It blends it out so fast and gives you the most flawless, juicy finish. If you're looking for a good concealer, this one's for you. And if you have mature under eyes, you're gonna love this. Moving on to some blushes. I don't know if this is a good thing or a bad thing, but I try so much makeup that it takes a lot for a product to really stand out and be different from the rest. I've tried a ton of good liquid blushes this year, but they've all been good, or they all meet the same criteria, so they don't stand out enough for me to talk about in this video. This blush though really stands out because it was so multi-purpose, and it's the Fenty Beauty Match Sticks blush in the shade Strawberry Pop. It literally looks like a little jelly. This is all I used over the spring and summer because it's a blush stain, but in a cream stick formula, so it's not as messy. I would use this on the cheeks, on the lips. I would pop this in my purse to touch up with. It was one of those products that looked beautiful on bare skin with no makeup. It would just give your skin that like pinched flush finish, but then it also looks beautiful with like a regular full face of makeup. Not overwhelming, not overly pigmented. And the great part about it is that it's a blush stain, so it's gonna stay put all day. It'll leave a stain on the lip. This was sent to me and it was limited edition. I was raving about it, and then people were telling me that it was limited edition and was discontinued. I was so sad. But recently when I went into Sephora, I saw that they added this to their permanent matchsticks line. So I'm really happy about that. The packaging will look a little different. Moving on, we have some setting powders. One I can't remember if I discovered at the end of 2022 or 2023. Either way, I have to talk about it because it's like the only under eye setting powder I use this year. That's the Givenchy Prism Libre under eye setting powder. You've probably seen this everywhere. She's very expensive, but it is hands down the best setting powder I've ever used in my life. It smooths the under eyes, sets it without looking cakey. It's one of those powders that would be great to use on more mature skin because it's not going to overly exaggerate fine lines and texture. It's going to keep the makeup in place all day while still leaving a very natural finish because it's a very thin powder. It's not like a thick cakey matte powder. A little goes a long way, so if you did want to make the investment, it would last you a good amount of time. And I definitely recommend getting this like when it's on sale at Sephora for the Sephora sales. But even if not, like even if you buy this full price, I guarantee you're gonna love it. It's just so expensive, but so good. Like literally the best setting powder I've ever used. They also have mini versions of this if you want to test it out. If you're on the hunt for a powder almost as good as that one, but you don't want to spend the money, I completely get it because I don't want to spend the money, but it's what I do for a living. That's how I justify it in my head. But another amazing powder I tried this year is the JOAH Glow Perfecting Powder. Similar idea to the Prism Libre where it has like different colors that mesh together and make the perfect color. The JOAH powder has like a similar idea. So you have all these colors, but blended together, it's just like a translucent under eye setting powder. This melts into the skin beautifully. This is the type of powder that would be great if you have very dry skin or even mature skin. Like it doesn't look like a powder. It literally sets your under eyes but gives you like a creamy dewy finish. I also love that it has like a slightly pinky purple tint to help cancel out the dark circles under the eye. It's a very finely milled powder and it just melts in so beautifully. It is a little bit more radiant than the Givenchy loose powder, but not like a glittery shimmery powder either. Then another powder. Oh wait, I forgot to talk about a foundation. I'll talk about them together because I have a powder to go with it. So the Makeup Forever HD Skin line I discovered this year, or last year technically in 2023. I'm gonna talk about the foundation first and then I'll go into the powder. The foundation is a perfect all-around foundation. I think of the foundations mentioned in this video, this one's the most universal. One of those foundations that work well for all skin types. You'll hear me say that a lot about the products I'm mentioning in this video because my skin is like two extremes. In the wintertime, it can be very dry and flaky. In the summertime, it can get oily, break makeup apart. Then there's other times where I'm oily in the T-zone, normal to dry elsewhere. So I need products that are very balanced. I can't have like something too dewy and I can't have something too matte. I need something well-rounded. This foundation is just that. It photographs beautifully. The color selection is gorgeous. You can wear it sheer or you can build it up for a full coverage. Doesn't feel heavy on the skin. And I like that it doesn't separate or break apart or flake off the skin throughout the day. And then the powder, this is actually a foundation powder. So it comes with those little sponges that you can use to put on the skin and just use as a powder foundation. My favorite way to apply this is with a really big fluffy brush, and I'll just do a light dusting of this all over to set the foundation. It gives your skin the most airbrush flawless finish, will give an extra layer of coverage without looking cakey. It's a very velvety, soft to the touch powder foundation. So it's not gonna look matte and cakey and heavy. It's gonna give you that extra coverage, set the makeup, but still give you a very velvet, beautiful finish. This is a great powder to set the skin with in the evening. And then what's great about this is that it's multi-purpose, so you could also use it on its own. This Armani Beauty Powder Blush, I cannot get enough of. It's actually what I have on my cheeks right now. And you see that glow right there? That's not highlighter, that's this blush. And that's what I love about it. It gives you the perfect flush to the cheek, and then I don't need to go in with a separate highlighter because it has that sheen built in, but it's not an overly shiny, glittery, chunky sheen. It's a melt into the skin, looks like a liquid blush kind of sheen. This is a perfect blush to get if you're gonna be a 2024 bride. When I think of like bridal blush, this is the kind of blush I think of. It has like a peachy pink tone to it with gold flexes mixed throughout it. So stunning. Again, one of those blushes that might be expensive, but this is something that I could see lasting me for years. This is my favorite brush to apply it with, the Makeup by Ariel X Morphe brush. Any brush with like long hairs like this that's very flimsy will diffuse a very shimmery blush like this so beautifully into the skin and give you that effortless glow. If you're looking for a blush that's going to give you that beautiful feminine kiss to your cheeks, you'll love this. If you don't want to spend that kind of money on blush, don't worry, I got you covered. This Sephora collection Micro Smooth Enchant face palette. Holy moly, where has this been all my life? I've been sleeping on the Sephora collection for way too long, and this year I decided to try more products from them. This reminds me so much of my Hourglass Ambient like face palette. I've had like the bronzer blush palette before. Beautiful, beautiful product, but it's also very expensive. I got this Sephora palette on sale during the Sephora sale for $10. And when I tell you that this blends into the skin so similarly to my Hourglass face palette, and the fact that this was $10, oh, it's so beautiful. It has a highlight, a bronzer. This blush reminds me of that Armani blush that I just showed you. Very similar tone, similar in the sense that it has like a sheen highlight effect to it. And then you have a more matte velvety baked blush here. I love traveling with this product because it's universal. I can use the bronzer and highlight on my eyes. It melts into the skin and gives you the most juicy glow that's not glittery. Honestly, such a gorgeous, stunning face palette. And I also like the shade of the bronzer. It's not too dark and it's not too warm and it's not too cool. It's like the perfect undertone for my complexion. Not gonna lie, I kind of strayed away from eyeshadows this year. I'm like, they just haven't excited me the way they did in the past. So the types of eyeshadows that did end up exciting me this year were the ones that were simple, not overwhelming. The undertones were gorgeous and blended really nice. I was into much more downsized like eye quads this year. The Glossier Monochromes palette stole my heart. These are the type of eyeshadow palettes perfect for beginners because you're not going to be overwhelmed. The color selections that they have are gorgeous. These were some of my favorites. The Teak palette in Almond. I loved them individually, but I also love mixing them together. I love that the palettes came with a matte color, a satin shade, and then a shimmer if you really wanted to amp up your eye look. Literally, these are one of those palettes that I would just do the whole look with one blending brush. You could do your eyeshadow with your eyes closed and it would still come out beautifully because I'm telling you, they like blend out and diffuse for you. Perfect amount of pigmentation. The colors that they pair together in here are beautiful too. I honestly want to get every shade that they have in these palettes because they're so good. They're foolproof. If you're getting into eyeshadow, check out those eyeshadow palettes. You will love them. I have a favorite mascara discovery this year that I cannot get enough of. The YSL Lash Clash mascara. It has a traditional mascara wand, which shocked me at how much I liked it because I normally love mascaras with more of those plasticky ones. But what's great about this mascara is that it gives you volume, length, and it's not going to clump your lashes together. It still separates and it holds a curl. Whenever I would use this mascara and I would film a TikTok, people would be like, what lashes are you wearing? Because it gives your lashes the perfect fluttery, wispy look to them. It literally makes your lashes look like you're wearing an Ardell wispy strip lash. Beautiful mascara. I really loved the brown one that they came out with too. Wait, I don't have it here. But anyways, they have like a beautiful chocolate brown shade in this mascara. If you are over the strip lashes like I am, get this mascara. You'll love it. I do have a drugstore mascara that I've been loving to add to my YSL Lash Clash, and it's the L'Oreal Voluminous Mascara in the shade Burgundy. Burgundy mascara. I discovered this literally like the last month of 2023 and I'll never go back. I love adding this to my lower lashes. It's actually what I have on my lower lashes right now. And it just gives your eye the perfect pop. It's not gonna be obvious that you're wearing burgundy mascara, but it's just gonna enhance your natural eye color and make your eyes just look so beautiful. I also love doing like the YSL Lash Clash in black and then just like stamping this right at the base of my lash. Again, to just give a subtle enhancement to my brown eyes. If you haven't tried burgundy mascara, $8 Walmart, you're gonna love it. Speaking of eye products that make your eyes pop, this year I was really into just doing subtle pops of colors to my eye looks that weren't obvious. And this Makeup Forever Aqua Resist Color Pencil in the shade Forest did just that. I loved using this to tightline my upper waterline or even just line my entire waterline with. It's a gorgeous teal green shade. In your waterline or even applied to your top lash line, it doesn't look like an obvious green, but the undertone just really enhances brown eyes and it also makes the whites of your eyes look brighter. I also love this pencil because it does not smudge. Like once it's on, it is on. See it move a little bit, but not that much. It's super creamy. Speaking of eyeliners that make your eyes pop, this liner will make any eye color pop. If you have blue, green, brown eyes. It's the MAC Cosmetics Color Excess Gel Ink Liner in the shade Nudge Nudge Ink Ink. If you're familiar with MAC Costa Riche, this is like MAC Costa Riche on steroids. It's a little warmer, a little brighter, and it's creamy but long wearing. MAC Costa Riche is beautiful in the waterline. However, it's an eye kohl, so it's meant to be smudged out and it doesn't necessarily lock and stay like in the waterline all day. This one does. It's really creamy. You gotta work quick though when blending because once it does set, it's not moving. So watch, I'm smudging it now. But you're gonna see once it's set, it's not going anywhere. So you do have to work quick, but it's so beautiful in the waterline. I also love using this to line my top lash line and give like a baby wee. So I don't know if this is new or new to me, but this has become my favorite lip liner ever. And it's the Makeup Forever Color Pencil in the shade Universal Earth. It's a gorgeous reddish brick brown. One of those brown pencils that will go with any lip color because you can apply more pressure and it's gonna be a rich brown, or you can use a lighter hand and it becomes more of like a softer nude. What's great about the Makeup Forever Artist Color Pencils is that they're meant for the lips. You can use them on the eyes. So this is another one of those pencils that I think would look pretty and have like a gorgeous warm undertones to flatter so many eye colors. But on the lips, it goes with like reds, berries, nudes. It's one of those like lip pencils. It kind of has replaced my MAC Cork. So different from MAC Cork, but MAC Cork was one of those pencils that I would use with literally any lip color just to give it like a subtle enhancement. I now use this and the undertone I just find so flattering. Beautiful, beautiful pencil. It's one of those pencils also great colored in all over the lip. And then this lip liner, it's actually what I have on my lips right now. Maybelline Color Sensational Lip Color in the shade Almond Rose. This is my favorite just like lip color. I'll color in my lips with this and it's the perfect kinky neutral tone, but with a little bit of a pop. It's so creamy. It kind of is giving Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk vibes. Honestly, almost identical. So pretty. Another one of those lip pencils that goes with so many lip colors. I love coloring my lips with this and then applying a gloss I'm about to talk about on top because my lips the most gorgeous, juicy finish. The gloss that I love to top this color with is the Lancome Juicy Tube in the shade Pure. It's just a clear lip gloss. This has been around forever. And you might think a clear lip gloss boring. But what's great about this lip gloss is that it is thick, but not sticky, and it will keep that high shine finish for hours. I will drink my coffee, drink my water, and it's on there for good. I'm gonna apply some on so you can see. Watch. Gives your lips the most glass-like finish. Do you see that? If you're looking for a clear lip gloss that's not gonna move, that you're not gonna have to babysit or keep touching up, the Lancome Juicy Tube. It's been a tried and true around for years for a reason. The last lip color I want to talk about, I honestly haven't been using that many lipsticks this year because I don't like the feeling of like waxy lipsticks on my lips, but these Clarins water stains, they have so many colors. Here I have the shade Rose Water. I also love the shade Red Water. They're so pretty. They give you the perfect flush to your lips. I'll line with like the Makeup Forever Universal Earth, add this to the center, and then add like the clear lip gloss on top, and boom, I have a perfect lip color that I don't have to touch up or babysit. You can wear it sheer, like you could do a dot like that and then spread it out, or you can layer it and it could be, it'll give you a little bit more of an opaque finish. These swatches are terrible, but just so pretty. If you're like me and you're kind of over lipsticks and having to babysit them, that's been like one of my favorite lip products this year. Dang, all this stuff is so long wearing, especially that MAC eye pencil, it's no joke. And then the last product I want to talk about is this setting spray I discovered this year, the JOAH Beauty Hydrating Cream Glow Mist. It's crazy because I tried a lot of the JOAH products this year from a campaign that I did with them and then ended up falling in love with their products, and now you can't get me to shut up about them. So this is from the drugstore. It is the perfect hydrating setting spray that will melt your makeup into the skin, help mesh all the powders together without making them separate. It gives a perfect amount of glow without being like greasy or heavy. It also smells incredible. It smells just like my Jo Malone Pear Freesia fragrance, but in a setting spray. So weird. The mist on it is beautiful too. Do you see that? I don't know how they're able to do that with like, and keep the drugstore price to it. What's cool about JOAH Beauty too is that they're a Korean beauty inspired makeup brand, so all of their products are very natural, glowy, skin-like, infused with skincare. Anyways, this setting spray, if you're looking for a really good hydrating drugstore setting spray, this is the one for you. Some of my favorite long-wearing drugstore setting sprays are the Milani Make It Last and the Revolution Pro Setting Mist, but those I discovered in 2022, not 2023. That's why they're not in this video. Let's spray my face. And alright you guys, that wraps it up for this video. I hope that you found it helpful. Let me know what some of your favorite makeup discoveries of 2023 were. I would love to hear it. And consider subscribing if you want to see more content from me. I do all things beauty, fashion, lifestyle. I would just love to have you here. I love you guys. I pray you all have a great rest of your week, and I'll see you next time.